85 days it took you to chip a ball over your house and land into a hole-in-one.
Yes, 125-yard shot over our rental property.
Where do you get that idea?
Bryson DeChambeau did that.
Oh my gosh.
At his house, and I was like, oh, we should definitely recreate this.
Yeah, what's the next step up after that?
So we want to do a challenge where we pretty much recreate the same challenge, but on a real course.
Okay.
So I honestly didn't think we were ever going to make it, because every time the ball would hit the green, it would bounce 20 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
We made some changes. I put sand on the green, got a club that generated a little more backspin, but I was like, we should do this and see how much faster we can make it on a real course. Once we do that, we want to do it on a par 4.
Okay.
So instead of like 125 yards, it'll be like between 250 and 300 yards.
Whoa.
We have a few other things up our sleeve.
Hey y'all, welcome back to City Limitless, where we explore Mesa and beyond its city boundaries. I'm your host, Ashley, and I'm so stoked. Like, actually, my stoke has had to grow because I'm not a YouTuber. I don't go in the space, but we had a huge opportunity to be out here at Los Andes, and we have BigDaws, aka Dawson Girly, or does it go the other way?
No, I mean, whatever you want to call me is fine.
Yeah, well, welcome. I'm
Appreciate
so excited. Your evolution of who you are, moving from Kansas. There's a difference, right?
You can say Kansas City.
Okay,
As long as it's Kansas, the Kansas side, not the Missouri side.
See, Arizona
you don't
girl
get into
here,
that.
I don't know the difference, and geography was not my forte in school. But welcome.
Thank you.
Like I was saying, your evolution on YouTube has been insane, but I want to start from the top. You're from Kansas. Tell me why you moved to Arizona and where you got your start in doing what you were doing.
Yeah, so one of my buddies that I grew up with in Kansas moved to Arizona to go to ASU, and I stayed back a year. I was going to community college at Johnson County Community College in Kansas, and just really didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I always wanted to move out of Kansas. Like, I love Kansas, but it was definitely not where I wanted to spend the rest of my life. So my buddy was going to ASU. He brought up the idea of me moving out here, and I was like, sure. It was never even like a thought.
No
of
visit
moving.
or anything.
I came out, and my dad has been coming here for business for a long time. And so I came out on one of his work trips, and I was like, yeah, I could do this. I always wanted to live somewhere with like palm trees and somewhere that was warm. So it was a perfect
welcome
fit.
to Arizona, and you've been here ever since.
Yep.
You got your kickstart down at ASU doing prank videos inspired by Jackass.
Correct.
Walk me through that, because it didn't start when you moved here. It started at the age of 10.
Yeah, I started. So my dad made the mistake of letting me see Jackass when I was 10 years old, and that year I asked for a video camera for Christmas, and the rest is pretty much history. Growing up, I was kind of always known as like the kid that would like make videos and stuff. And so I think I posted my first video to YouTube in like 2009, like 4 years after YouTube was like created.
Yeah.
And so we did like, a couple different channels with my buddies growing up, and then BigDaws TV was born in 2012. So from there, it was just kind of became a thing, and I read an article that people were making money doing it, so I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah. Now, your pranks are not mean. Like, they're actually really kind-hearted and heartfelt. Tell me where you made that shift. You could have gone the Jackass route, and you could have just been crazy, but that wasn't what you did. Yeah,
I always, kind of wanted to put my own twist on it. I know like Jackass is a lot more like crazy, like breaking bones and like doing wild things. But always like really enjoyed like trying to make people laugh and make their day, and just putting a more kind twist on it just always felt better and was more fulfilling. So I kind of just figured it out as I went, and I was like, oh, I kind of like doing this style of pranks or man on the street type videos, and it just kind of like turned into its own thing. It was never like a well thought out thing. It just kind of like, oh, this is what I like doing, I'm gonna keep doing this.
Tell me about one of your most memorable pranks that you've done.
Okay, so there's a few. Like, my favorite is probably Nerd Plays Basketball.
Okay.
Because I grew up playing basketball, always loved doing that. So that was more of like, involving something that I loved into the videos. But the most memorable one that I'll probably never forget is during COVID, we were doing a video where we were calling Uber drivers to the house and tipping them $1,000.
Wow.
Because, you know, during COVID, you can't go out in the street and walk around and make prank videos. Like, we got to lure them in. And there was a lady that was going through a lot at the time. She had just lost a child through pregnancy. And had a lot of health complications. So she just, long story short, she broke down, was very emotional. And we set up a GoFundMe without even knowing who she was, and raised, I think, $70,000. We found her and were able to get her all the funds. And long story short, she was able to use that to pay off her medical bills, do IVF, and have a baby. And she named the baby after me. So that was kind of like a crazy thing that happened. That was like just really cool.
Oh my gosh. Now, how many Ubers did you have to call in order to find her?
So I put out a bunch of tweets and like things on the internet, and someone sent me a message on Twitter, and I thought it was fake at first.
Really?
But ended up putting me in touch with her. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was kind of crazy. The rest of your life is made, right? Somebody else named their kid after you, but after such a gracious gift, per se, not necessarily a prank,
It was really cool.
Now, you've shifted some of your platform to golf, so that's what I want to talk about now. You have and are managing a golfer's dream luxury home. Can you tell me about that and why you got into that space?
Yeah, so we actually, it was one of those things too that kind of just happened and wasn't really planned out. I bought the place because I got tired of paying rent to another person. So I was like, we're just going to buy a house and use that as our office. Because at the time I was running probably 10 other YouTube channels, and we had a lot of employees, and I was like, let's just get a space where we can kind of be ourselves and not get complaints for wearing chicken costumes in the elevator. And so we bought that place. We used it for 5 years. It was great. And then I kind of had the idea to turn it into an Airbnb. And it's been awesome.
Wow.
We started it in October, and I think it's been booked almost every single weekend.
Oh my gosh.
So it's been going really well.
Now, it's in Mesa. You could have chose any other city in the greater Phoenix area, but why Mesa?
My wife was born and raised in Mesa. When I first moved here, I was kind of
a local Mesa girly.
I was kind of always on the border of like Tempe and Mesa, and so I bought my first house in Mesa, just down the street from here in Mountain Bridge.
Yeah.
And I just always, I don't know, had a connection to Mesa. Number one, I think it's the best bang for your buck in the greater Phoenix area.
Absolutely.
I think it's super underrated. It's a great place. And it just reminds me more of home compared to like the other cities, I guess. It's a more laid back, great place to raise a family. And I don't know, I just always kind of ended up here.
Yeah, no, I love it, especially being from Mesa. I'm always like, why do you live here? Like, why would you move here and why would you stay here? But it's nice and refreshing to get that outsider's point of view of like the town I grew up in.
I feel like it's like the most down to earth of all the major cities here.
When you can cause havoc anywhere and still like walk away with a smile on your face, right? Now, tell me about a little bit more. You mentioned Mesa being like a hidden gem. Is there any kind of special spots in Mesa that you like to go eat at, or like an underrated location in Mesa?
Yeah, Vito's is a great Italian spot.
Love that.
Nando's right down the street from here. A lot of great Mexican. Zushi, which is also right down the street. I think that's probably the best sushi place around.
Really?
They have, you can also do the hibachi there, which is incredible. So that's definitely one of our go-to family outings.
I love it. Mesa is like literally in your blood. I can feel it. I can feel it. Now, we did bring some Outcast donuts today. Wanted to just kind of showcase them. They are one of our partners. We love working with them. Is there any kind of special donut that you get when you go there? Or
I go here all the time. I love just like the classic glaze, and they have some really good like churro options.
Yes.
They have a really good maple donut. I don't know what you got here, but every donut I've had from Outcast has been incredible.
I was told that if you get the maple with the bacon, every guy loves that donut.
Really?
So you'll have to try that later.
I will, absolutely.
Now, tell me a little bit more, kind of shifting back to your prank videos. You have one legendary, I mean, they're all legendary, but there's a big legendary one with Thompson.
Yes.
again, like I said, I had to do my research. Watching that video and the side-by-sides between you and him, I think you did his team more of a favor in breaching their security than not.
Right.
Tell me about this. It's all of a point of view, right?
So people used to always just comment, "Oh, you look like Klay Thompson. You need to do a video. You need
but
to
it's
do
with
a
the
video."
goatee,
Yeah.
the full
So
beard.
when if I do my hair like him, I feel like I resemble him. I don't think I look enough like him to sneak into the NBA Finals, although that I did. But yeah, so people would always comment this, and so I did a couple. What a lot of people don't realize, there was a few videos leading up to like the two big ones.
Okay.
So I did a video in 2015, I think.
Tester videos.
It was just at the ASU campus where I was going around playing basketball, like. My friend Juan from That Was Epic, who's also another big YouTuber, was holding the rim, and I'd go up and like dunk on people or like, just play around. So that one actually did really well. I dropped that during the finals when they were playing the Cavaliers. So that one went viral, and I was like, okay, there's an opportunity here to potentially do this again. So then SeatGeek flew me out to one of the NBA Finals games a couple of years later, where I actually got to see the Warriors beat the Cavaliers. It was game 5 or 6, I believe. So then that was just like a vlog on my vlog channel, but it still did really well. And then they're like, oh, so this performed really well. We want to put you right behind the bench. And so I think it was the home opener. I can't remember what year it was, but they put me right behind the bench. So this is all before the actual sneaking into the stadium. When I made that video, though, I drove through a bunch of layers of security and like parked in the players parking in the stadium.
Oh my gosh.
And we went viral because people were snapping pictures. I was wearing the whole uniform and it looked like I was part of the team. Like there's a picture of me like mimicking like Steve Kerr. You'll have to put it up on the screen. It's on my Instagram. So that one went mega viral. And I was like, okay, this is cool, great content. I was like, but I feel like I just need to stop imitating Klay. Like he's going to get upset at some point. But then a couple years later, during the finals against the Celtics, I was like, all right, we're going to strike back. So that's the one where I snuck into the stadium. I played for 15 minutes on the court, and I was like warming up. And I can't believe that actually happened because we went there to get a jersey because my old one was outdated.
Oh, no.
And so we went there like 6 hours before the game to buy a jersey. We're walking around looking for the team shop, and they just clicked open the door when I walked by the player entrance. I didn't even know that's what it was.
It's the height minimum, right?
And so me and my camera guy just looked at each other. We're like, we didn't even say anything. We were just like, we just walked in. Going. We went through like 4 or 5 layers of security onto the court. TNT was filming their pregame routine, and I went out there and started like warming up, and they like cleared the court and then like started filming me and stuff. And I was like, this is crazy. And so long story short with that, ended up going back for the game later. I got served a letter and banned from life from the stadium. So that was a lot of fun.
They've never consulted you though for any security purposes.
No.
I think what a
like
missed
you said,
opportunity.
I did them a favor. Like we figured out a loophole there.
If you can just get in there that quickly, you would think that'd be like, all right, listen, we'll make you a deal this time. We'll get away with it this time.
I mean, they could have played into it one way or the other, but I kind of understand. Like they don't want to encourage people to kind of sneak into the stadium to get benefits and stuff like that. So I definitely understand, but
totally. Worth it?
Worth it. 100%.
Now, have you ever met Klay Thompson?
Have not.
Really?
No, is he here today?
I don't know. Is he in Arizona? That'd be really great if I could have pulled that string, right? Maybe on the next follow-up podcast. Yeah. Now, what were you feeling when you did that? Like, that's a big deal.
The
to put
adrenaline
that in
was through the roof.
Yeah.
I think I was in shock. Like, there's one point where I looked at the camera and like my eyes were about to pop out of my head. I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is actually happening.
Now, was the goal to stay there as long as possible until you got
like
removed?
I said, there was no like intentions of doing it. So we were just like kind of baffled.
Sure.
And I think it was after I airballed a layup, I was like, we got to get out of here. And that's right when the security kind of started coming down and they kind of caught on to it. So yeah, it was still to this day. I'm like, that was weird.
Well, if there's ever another one that you can impersonate, let me know.
It was one of those things where like I think the best content just creates itself.
Absolutely.
So when you have like no plan and just kind of let things happen, that's where like, the best videos are born.
Well, speaking of strategy, you've been on YouTube for over a decade, which is kind of
Long
crazy
time.
to say
yeah,
that.
like 13 years, I think.
Tell me about like the strategies. Like you just said, there's really no strategy, but there has to be some sort of like gimmicks that you have to do in order to get the right shot or the right reactions? What do you play into when you look for that stuff?
I mean, collaborating with so many different creators over the last decade, it's interesting because there's, you know, so many different approaches that you can take. Like there's the Mr. Beast style people that analyze every single analytic and like dive into that and, you know, create every video based off of the data that they have, which I never really went that route.
Really?
I've always gotten kind of the route of just creating things that I love, and I think that's really worked out well for me. I probably have only put out 30 to 40% of the videos that I've filmed.
Wow.
So I've always told people it's not necessarily about, you know, what you do put out. Sometimes it's more so about what you don't put out. And I think that's why I've been able to last so long is I refuse to put out videos that I'm not happy with, and I'm very picky about just like putting out quality videos. Obviously you have to have the quantity, but I've always kind of been more on the side of like, okay, I'd rather not put out anything at all if I'm not like stoked about the video, because every single time you release a video, it could be, I always thought of like, there's going to be at least someone that this is their first time seeing my work. So I want to make sure that I have that great first impression, and every single thing that I put out, I want to be like, I love it. So I think that's kind of paid off in the long run of like, whenever people see me upload, they know that they're going to get something that's awesome.
Awesome. Like amazing, incredible. And the energy, right?
Yeah.
Now, for anybody that's wanting to get into YouTube, or they're on that journey and that's what they want to do, what is a big piece of advice that you can give a future YouTuber?
It's crazy because it's a totally different game now.
Sure.
It's really, everything's moved to short form content. So it's a different world than what I started. So I guess today I would definitely use that to my advantage and focus on short form content to kind of grow your long form content. But like I said, I think the number one thing is quality. Everything that you put out, you want to be happy with, but you also don't want to take that to an extreme where it kind of keeps you from putting anything out at all. So you need to at least be active, like, you know, once a week when you're starting out, if not more, if you can. But as many quality videos as you can put out, do that. Just upload, and try to make each thing that you put out the best that you can.
Certainly. Now, was it a shift for you to go from like a long form to a short form?
No, I don't think I've ever filmed like exclusive short form video still like in my life. Like I always do the long form, and then I just take clips from it.
Love it.
Which has been a great way to help me grow. That definitely helped us reach our goal of hitting 10 million subscribers. Because I think once that went live, we were like kind of stuck in the 7 to 8 range, and that helped propel us. So yeah, it's just, you know, you gotta do whatever is working. So just following the trends of what's going on.
Tell me about when you hit 10 million subscribers. Like that is a lot of eyes on you.
It is. It was a good feeling. It was always my goal just to get to 100,000, and once
that's it.
Like I used to think like if I could just get to 100,000, like that would be insane and would change my life. And then once I did it, like I was in disbelief, and then from there I was like, let's get to 1 million. And once I did that, I was like, I guess the next thing's 10 million. But once I hit it, I was like, man, this feels weird. Like
really,
it doesn't feel like as good as I thought it would.
Really?
Yeah,
so
like
not
100,000 and like 1 million felt incredible, and once I hit 10 million,
it's all just in the millions at that point.
Man, I thought it would feel better.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, what a reaction. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, you closed, you stopped posting on BigDaws. Let me go back. It was April 18th of 2024.
Dang, you're good.
And then you reemerged on the last video you posted on April 18th of 2025. Was that your introduction into Dicey golf?
Yeah, so once I hit that goal of 10 million, I felt that I kind of accomplished everything that I wanted to.
Wow.
And I felt like my videos were not necessarily getting stale, but I had kind of done everything that I wanted to do. And I was just ready to move on to something else. When you do something for so long, you know, I was just feeling a lot of burnout with that. And also I felt like I had really matured as a person and doing those kinds of videos just weren't like satisfying me anymore. So I fell in love with golf. And I was like, this is what I want to do next. So I created Dicey Golf, which is my golf channel, and then merchandise to go with it, Dicey. And really, that's my main focus, and been pursuing that. And I feel that same passion that I felt in the beginning with BigDaws TV.
Rejuvenated.
I feel that now with the golf stuff. Yeah.
Now, take it back really quick. When I was researching, you guys originally started as Bogey Bandits.
That's correct.
Where did that name come from, and what brought you to Dicey?
So the merchandise was so originally it was Bogey Bandits, and we were going to have the merchandise be the same. And probably 6 months in, I was like, there's so many merchandise companies with the word bogey in it.
Yes.
So I was like, I feel like we need to pivot before we really take off. So we changed the merchandise to Dicey.
Sure.
And eventually we did the same with the YouTube channel, so that I was like, I just want it to match.
Yeah, I love it. No, I was just curious because in my research I was like, wait a second, now I'm confused because I'm seeing Dicey everywhere and I'm not seeing Bogey.
We did a rebrand, which I'm very happy that we did. Yeah.
Thinking on your feet. But with that being said, tell our audience kind of what Dicey Golf does now. It's a similar setup that you were doing back with BigDaws, but now just more golf incorporated.
Yeah, so we do a different, we have kind of a few different types of videos that we do. So we'll go out on the course and do, whether it's a challenge that's like, you know, spinning wheel and you got to choose what club you're going to hit, or it's, you know, trying to break 60 with a group of 4 guys in a scramble. We also have a series where we'll bring on different celebrity guests, and it's almost like a podcast kind of vibe, where we're just out on the course playing golf. I'll ask them different questions and just kind of get to know them in a different light than they're usually seen in.
Totally.
So really just anything that involves golf. We have a lot of fun with it. It's a blast.
Love it. The videos are fun. I just saw recently you have completed after what, 83 days? Or
85.
85. Okay, 85. 85 days it took you to chip a ball over your house and land into a hole-in-one.
Yes, 125-yard shot over our rental property.
Where do you get that idea one
Bryson
day?
DeChambeau did that.
Oh my gosh.
At his house, and I was like, oh, we should definitely recreate this.
Yeah, what's the next step up after that?
So we want to do a challenge where we pretty much recreate the same challenge, but on a real course.
Okay.
Because the over the house, obviously being a blind shot, it's a lot harder, but the green is like concrete. So I honestly didn't think we were ever going to make it, because every time the ball would hit the green, it would bounce 20 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
So eventually we did. We made some changes. I put sand on the green. Got a club that generated a little more backspin, but I was like, we should do this and see how much faster we can make it on a real course. Once we do that, we want to do it on a par 4.
Okay.
So instead of like 125 yards, it'll be like between 250 and 300 yards.
Whoa.
And then we have a few other things up our sleeve.
No,
that
I
we're
love
gonna
that.
be
But I
pulling
was
out.
following along, and I was like, every day I'm like, is it today?
It's kind of
is
a cool way to
today?
like engage the fans. Like, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, I wake up every morning with my coffee and I see it, you know, I watch your 10 shots.
I love it. That was so fun. And I'm not a golfer, so I'm just like, okay, is today the day? Is today the day? And I'm like telling my husband, I'm like, this guy, like, he's doing this over his house. And he's like, well, is today the day? And I'm like, not today. And then it was like 85. I was like, he did it. Like, holy crap, how satisfying.
Oh, it was great. So happy I don't got to go out there anymore.
Well, now, like, you should do over a mountain or something. Like, I'm seeing this beautiful mountain out here, and I'm like, what about over a mountain?
Great
Why
idea.
not?
Now the next 3 years, I'm going to be at the bottom of the mountain.
How many balls can you lose? I don't know. Now, I have a question for you. If you could play golf with anybody, living or dead, 3 people, who would it be?
I love that question. Mac Miller, number 1.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wait, why?
Just huge Mac Miller fan.
Okay.
I think it was at a time of my life, like my senior year of high school, kind of when he was taking off.
Yeah.
And I have so many great memories during that time, and his music kind of just fit that point in my life perfectly.
Yep.
So it's very like nostalgic for me.
We must have went to high school at the same time.
Number 2 would be Michael Jordan.
Ooh.
I've just always been a huge Michael Jordan fan. I know
Love
he's
it.
a huge golfer.
Okay.
And then being from Kansas City, obviously number 3 would be Patrick Mahomes.
But number 3. Right?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, they're all pretty close.
No, very cool. Well, maybe that's like your shout out.
Yeah.
Get 2 out of the 3 on the pod, right?
Yes.
Also, I just have to tell you, there's a Roadrunner right behind you.
How Arizona is that?
He has been dying to get on the podcast. He was jumping around while we were setting up, and like, here he is, like,
Maybe he wants a bite of some Outcast.
I know, right? You want some Outcast, bud? I'm like so afraid if he like jumps on me.
Oh no, that content. Like I said,
I know, I was like,
best
here it
content
goes.
makes itself.
Did you plan this?
Yeah, he's
You're
remote
like, actually,
control.
he's my remote controlled roadrunner. And
That is awesome.
anyways, yeah. How Arizona is this?
He wants to be in here. Look at that.
I'll let him. It's fine. There it is. We'll take it. We're not
No, we
cutting
just need
that.
a rattlesnake.
No.
Be careful what you
absolutely
wish
not.
for.
I will cry. All right. So I wanted to chat a little bit about your family. I admire the fact that like you can keep them off, which I think is cool. And I did tell you, I think that's like your alter ego is like dad, right?
Yeah.
And I also think it's a rite of passage as a dad to like get into golf. So welcome
Right.
to dad
Yeah.
life, right? Like you're now officially a dad.
Right.
But I wanted to know, between being a famous YouTuber, how do you balance family?
That's a good question. First of all, I really try to keep my family life private. I set a strict schedule, so
Strict?
most people think like being a YouTuber, you wake up and just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I've like set working hours of like Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I get up in the morning, get the kids up, I have breakfast with them.
So you're like
I take
a
them to
real
school.
dad.
When I get home from work,
Yeah.
it's all family time. So, have dinner, play with them, really make sure I get that, family time
Yeah.
in, put them to bed. And then like during the weekends, it's all family time. Like I don't schedule anything for the weekends.
Yeah.
I never play golf on the weekends.
Oh no.
That's why I had to make it my career. I was like, this is my only thing I got to play during the week. Cause
Right.
like the weekends, unless it's like a special occasion, like a holiday or a friend's birthday, it's like, that's my family time.
Sure.
And I just really, that kind of creates a healthy balance for
Yeah.
me. So
Do your kids understand like how cool you are though?
no, I don't think so. I mean, to them, like they
But
do
your
think
dad,
I'm really
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
but they have no idea like,
Just wait like
about
20 years
me
from
being
now.
a YouTuber.
I was gonna say
C-
your
even,
kids are
like-
looking in the archives and they're like, wait,
Yeah,
what is
like
dad
when we're out in
doing?
public and people come up and like ask for pictures and
Yeah.
stuff, like they still
Don't
are young enough
understand.
to like they don't get it.
How do you handle situations like that?
I mean, I don't think I've ever really denied people
Yeah.
a photo, but it can be a little bit challenging when I'm like holding two of the kids and
Certainly.
someone wants a picture. I'm like, okay, I don't want the kids in the picture.
Absolutely.
So then I like put them down,
Yeah.
they run into the street.
You're like, stay
So
right here.
It can be a little bit challenging,
Yeah.
but it's been for the most part pretty good.
No, I
Yeah.
love that. That's so admirable. Like you're a family man
Thanks.
on the off time.
Yeah.
But with that being said, do you feel like you're setting a stage eventually for your own children to kind of like think outside the box as far as careers go?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely already kind of encourage that. I always ask them what they want to be when they grow up, and
What
I
are
make
some
sure,
of the answers?
My son is between three things: a garbage truck driver, which I mean, he was a garbage truck for Halloween. Like he loves like
gosh.
looking at the garbage truck drive by, which is awesome.
this too is a
Shout out
phase.
the garbage truck drivers in Mesa.
In Mesa.
We love you.
We love you guys.
And then he is like obsessed with Dicey.
okay.
Like
okay.
he wants to work for Dicey. He already does. We
Done.
do farmers markets at grass clippings, and I
Love
bring
it.
him, and
Child
he
labor.
works the booth. Yeah. He comes up with designs. Like we're actually
Really?
we have a beach collection coming out in June, and he made one of the designs.
Oh my gosh.
We had like we're trying to do 4 hats. We only had 3, and we were coming up to the deadline. We didn't have any designs.
Yeah.
And at his work at school, he always draws like Dicey designs.
Cute.
And I saw one of them. I was like, dude, that's it. That's the design. We're gonna use this.
Oh my gosh.
And every single night, and like we used to play Legos and monster trucks and all these different things, and now all he wants to do is make Dicey designs and practice his selling. So like, can we practice selling? He has like all his fake money. He lays out all his Dicey stuff in his room. He's obsessed with
this
it.
kid is ahead of his time.
Yeah. So he loves that. And he also says he wants to be a professional golfer, but I think it's kind of just like
'Cause
whatever
dad's doing it.
dad is doing
Yeah.
is kind of what he wants to
I
do.
love that. I love
Yeah.
that so much. So looking ahead for BigDaws, for Dicey, what's the future looking like for you?
BigDaws, I think, is done. I mean, I haven't uploaded in over a year.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, are you going to sell it? Are you going to come back? For me, it's more so I don't want to sell it. I don't think it's something that you can sell because no one can come in and like, it's BigDaws TV. It's
You are
I
BigDaws.
kind of want to leave it be as almost like a art gallery is something that just exists. Because I thought about starting again. I'm not going to lie, I get the bug once in a while.
Yeah.
And then once I get ready to go out and film, I'm like, no, this just
Okay,
isn't
doesn't
me
feel
anymore.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
So-
quick question on that. You could have picked up with Dicey on BigDaws TV,
Right.
but you created a whole separate channel, which now is that fulfilling new challenges for followers?
Yeah, I wanted it to be something where it's authentic and I'm not just getting a bunch of people from my prank videos that are following me expecting me to do the same thing. I want it to be, you know, something that's organic and people that love golf that are following that channel.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I want to build it from the ground up, and I want to just kind of do it again to prove that it wasn't luck the first time.
Yeah, well, you're killing it. You're doing absolutely
you.
amazing. I mean, coming from me, I don't have a YouTube channel, so you're like, yeah, okay.
Appreciate it.
But I just want to say thank you so much for coming out here today, hanging
Yeah.
out, me and the Roadrunner out at Los Andes.
Does he have a name?
I mean, did he come back? If he comes back a third time, we'll name him.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe
Sounds
you name
good.
him. You got the names.
Oh, man.
What are we naming him?
Pete.
Oh, come on. I mean, it
Pete?
could have been Frank, right? We'll call him Pete the Roadrunner.
All right.
And I just wanted to let our audience know that we are partnering up for a giveaway. And thankfully, you are a part of that giveaway.
Yes.
And we are giving one follower and a friend a chance to come out, play golf with you, hang out,
Let's
get
do
some
it.
lunch. And
Yeah.
we'll partner up after that and get that all set up.
That'll be awesome. Can't
just
wait.
wanted to throw that out there. And
Yeah.
we'll do that from
Awesome.
here.
Sounds like a plan.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again, and we hope to run into you soon. Apparently, our offices are really close, so maybe that
Yes.
will happen.
All right. Thanks for
Awesome.
having me.
Of course.
Cheers to Mesa.
Cheers to Mesa. All right, guys, that is a wrap on this week's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And now you can find us on Instagram at City Limitless Podcast. Check us out there, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys. All right, is this you?
Yep.
All right.
Hop on in. We'll go up to the range. Let's do it. I'll try not to throw you out.
Okay, so why aren't you using a tee on this?
Because it's an iron.
Like over 15 years ago.
You haven't putted in 15 years?
Woo!
She is full of it. You did that on purpose.
I played sports.
Bang.
Let's go.
Oh, that was pretty good.
That was solid.